Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Before this video starts, I'd like to ask you guys two things. Please go down and consider liking the video, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Again, you don't have to. It's just if you want to, you definitely can go ahead. It's free and it's no charge. So please subscribe. Now let's move on with the video. So today's video is going to be an episode on the huge monstrous nor'easter that is at this point 100% bound to hit the northeast coast, and it's already impacting areas like North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and it's only going to strengthen in intensity and strengthen in snowfall rates and wind, rainfall. Everything is just going to bomb out. So you can see this storm is at about this phase right now. Sorry, leaving snow for North Carolina, Virginia, and it soon moves up the coast, you could see. And this GFS is actually bringing it closer to the shore than some models. And you can see a lot of heavy snow. I mean, that blue, that is, say 4 to 6 inches of snow per hour. Again, most of the time, it's just going to be 1 to 3 inches of snow per hour, which is still absolutely insane. However, up to 4 to 6 inches of snow per hour for a short period of time is possible. And again, the storm, it's a quick hitter. However, it does kind of hang around a little bit for areas of northern Maine. And later on, there's some other storms that we need to watch. But for now, this is what we need to watch. And this is the GFS. And if you're wondering how much the GFS snow leaves behind, again, the GFS probably leaves the least behind, and it's been upgrading itself more and more, so I don't think this is accurate. I think the NAM 12KM probably has the best handle, and you can see for the Boston area, 13 inches. Cape Cod, say somewhere in the middle of Cape Cod, Cape Cod is 8 inches, but then the actual edge could get some rain mixture in, so only 5 inches according to the GFS. Not all models are agreeing with that. You can see that New York City with this system would get around 2 inches, which isn't necessarily anything significant. So New York City might probably will not get too much snow, maybe 2, 3, potentially up to 4 to 5 inches of snow, but that does not look too likely. As of now, it looks more like 2 to 3 inches. And you can see the GFS doesn't really show a lot of for Long Island. However, I do think that Long Island will see quite a bit of snow. It's just, I just don't think the GFS has the best handle with this storm. And you can see the highest amount it's puts out is 31 in this one weird isolated pocket. So I don't think this GFS is better. I don't think the GFS has the best handle on this. Now let's move on to the NAM 3KM. This is the second best model that has almost the best handle, but not quite. And let's just put it in rain/frozen. You could see through that there was some heavy snow. This probably has the second best handle. However, there is some ridiculous snowfall amounts that just make it unreliable. And you could see this storm moves a lot of heavy snow into the Long Island. And that's why I don't think Long Island will only receive 3 inches. I think it will receive much more. But you could see Boston just absolutely getting hammered by the storm. And heavy snow lasts for quite a bit. And you can see this storm sticks around for quite a while afterwards. So this storm could potentially impact Maine all the way through Thursday and Friday. So if you're wondering how much snow the NAM 3KM leaves behind, again, this model is probably more accurate than the GFS, however, not too accurate. You could see 20 inches. I think that's accurate for Boston, and I do think that there might be some mixing in, but you can see this model clearly doesn't see it. Shows 14, 11, 13 inches for Cape Cod, and you can see this is what I'm talking about. I think the NAM 3KM has a very good handle on Long Island, pretty much right by New York, 2 inches, center Long Island around 4 to 6 inches, and then eastern Long Island, 14, possibly over a foot of snow. So Mantucket, or I think Mantuck, there's a city right there, an M. That city could definitely receive over a foot of snow. However, areas further inland could see only 2 to 3 inches. But what makes this map a little bit weird is just look, you go over here, 81 inches of snow. That's definitely not happening, no matter how strong the storm needed to be. 81 inches is not happening. So that's why I do think that some of these snowfall totals may be a little bit warped. So now let's move on to the weather model that has the best handle in my opinion, and it had the best handle on the past several couple of storms. So it makes sense that it would have the best handle on this storm. It makes logical sense, and it's based on history. So you can see this storm, again, very similar to NAM 3KM. However, it doesn't have those warped snowfall amounts. And you can see it hangs around for quite a bit, like it showed. And now let's move on to the 12 km if you're ready to see that. Before I actually show you, you can see that the NAM 3 km doesn't really show much mixing in for Cape Cod. Maybe far areas of Cape Cod could see some mixing. However, that doesn't seem too likely. But unfortunately, those areas will definitely have the strongest winds, and I'll show you that, guys, in a minute. So NAM 12 km, probably the most realistic amounts, showing again 18, 19, 20 inches of snow for Boston. New York City, around 2 inches. But it has a pretty good handle on Long Island, up to 12 inches in far eastern Long Island, and then western Long Island 3 inches. So just just goes to show you how much of a difference this makes. Connecticut, Hartford, 6, 7 inches. Providence, again, big storm, 18, 19 inches. A lot of these areas have no snow on the ground right now, guys, because the past several winter storms, nor'easters that hit infected areas inland right here. There's a lot of snow stacked up in interior parts of New York State. However, these areas don't have that much snow. So this is, again, I guess, better if they didn't have any snow, because if they already had snow on top of this, they wouldn't have anywhere to put this snow. But this is still a lot of snow to handle, 21, 20 inches. And the last story I want to show you guys is the winds. And I will be using the NAM 12 km. If I think the NAM 12 km has the best handle on the snow and the storm track system, it will probably have the best handle on the winds. Anything above 30 knots is considered to be significant wind, could cause some wind damage. And you could see areas on Cape Cod over 30, up to 40 knots of wind. And that continues to, on Long Island, up to 30, so it's still very powerful winds, but the blizzard warnings are only issued pretty much where that red color is right now. So very thin counties right by eastern Massachusetts. Boston isn't included. However, Plymouth, Massachusetts, Cape Cod areas, all of those areas are the Cape areas are all included in the blizzard warnings due to the fact that you could see 40 knots. That's definitely enough to cause blizzard conditions. And just to show you how strong this storm is, how much potential it has potential to reach over 50 knots, which is very significant. And this storm definitely is not a joke. It would be even worse when it comes to wind if it was closer to land. However, then the snow wouldn't be as bad. So I don't know which one you prefer. I'd prefer the snow over the wind. So I guess we got lucky with this storm when it comes to the wind. I don't think it's going to be as significant as some of the other ones. However, there's still going to be some fairly strong winds. So thank you guys so much for watching. Actually, I'd like to show you quickly. I know I will run out of time because this screen recorder only records for 10 minutes. So I'd like to show you the HER model quickly. This is going to be a couple of seconds. And yeah, okay, I have 30 seconds left. And you can see this HER model is definitely showing similar things, just like the NAM 12 km. And if we go to the total snowfall for the HER model, you could see already per foot, and it's not even done with the storm. So I think the NAM 12 km does have the best handle if the HER model is agreeing with it, because usually the HER model has the best handle. However, the HER model does not go that far out as the NAM 12 km. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next episode.